Good morning, everybody. It's June 10th, Saturday. I was debating if I wanted to do another video on the weekend, and I think we shall do 6, rest on the 7th, make it funny. So one of the first things that I want to cover in this video real quick, and I'm trying to be quick because there's airplane traffic, and I picked a horrible spot, but I really wanted this scene, so I'm sorry, but I wanted to discuss the afraidness, the fear that I'm probably causing into people based off of the topics I'm discussing so openly, whether it be spirit, whether it be searching for signs, searching for symbols, whether it be hallucinogenics. I mean, I've had to go through a lot of my life to really make everybody come into picture in my picture. So, I mean, it took a lot in order for me to figure that out. So, unfortunately, I can't be open with you guys without being so honest. So, I have to incorporate all these things to make you fully understand what my whole big picture is, and that's part of the goal. So with the fear aspect, I want to make sure that I cover some of the fear things like the astrology, the tarot, the divination, the different things that kind of scare some of the Christians into, I shouldn't be listening to this. I'm not going to be getting anything from it. This is all quote unquote devil. Like, that's one of my things that kept crossing my mind as I was going through my last video. And I'm like, people are going to be afraid of what I'm talking about just simply off of a controversy, dogma. And the dogma is actually going to restrict you from understanding or even hearing. And that's going to make life a lot harder in my world. So what I want to do right now is explain that you are the source to your power. You have all that source. You don't make anything have control of you other than you. And that's one of the simple facts you have to remember. Christians nowadays want to believe, and I used to be Christian fully, wholeheartedly, but now it's just evolved to such a different place now. But I was in that fear mode. I was in those places of fear that you're probably having, that what am I doing? Am I being guided? Am I being led? Am I being possessed into this way? Like, there's these thoughts that come through our heads, and even I was indoctrinated with the brainwashing, I call it now, because for it to have been in me is insane, because I was such an open thinker and I was so open for everything, and I would still go back to that dogma, like I'm afraid, I'm scared, I'm this. So you need to realize you have the power. There's nothing outside of you that takes that power away, and as long as you remember that and you believe that, there ain't going to be no difference in what comes your way, whether it be bad or good. But I can honestly tell you, if you believe in the bad's going to come because you're outputting that energy. If you believe in the good, it's nothing but the good that's coming, because that's the energy that's being outputted. It's all determined based off the energy and what you put out there. So if you believe it to be the devil or the demon or whoever it is that's after you, that's who's going to be after you. Because the mind is such a crazy thing that this energy that we're outputting is actually manipulating and manifesting things into our reality. This is why the ancients, or not even the ancients, and even the elite do magic rituals. Is not only for the subconscious, but it's the understanding that the subconscious is your maker to the clay that is the energy outside of you. You can actually mold the energy based off of intention and desire and will, and through multiple exponential powers. So if you include a bunch of people in a circle with the same mental energy that they're trying to output the same projection, you're going to emphasize that power, and it's going to come trifold to you. It's going to come openly because that's the energy you're outputting towards it. This is why the elites do magic rituals, is because of this purpose. They understand the mental energy that's involved. What they're trying to do, in my opinion, is take away your energy based off of you not knowing your energy. And they manipulate you to worship things that are in regards to their energy, and it becomes this vicious cycle that you're just unaware sheep in a sense. That's why I get so frustrated. That's why I get so emotional about this topic, is because I feel like there's being a misguiding or a misleading from the upper elites down to our level, and we're just not worthy of receiving the information. You have to realize you hold the power. Like, there's nothing else that can take that power. Even this spirit that I talk about, spirit can interact and it can engage, but it's never going to control your will. It's never going to control your desire. You make that determination. So when you make that determination that I'm being controlled by this entity, this spirit, this energy, whatever you want to call it, that's what's going to occur. Your mind is already going to start going in that motion of, okay, I'm being possessed, I'm being taken over, I'm being this. Anything that has to do with this invisible realm, that's the game of it, is how to make you believe in the invisible. So the invisible will constantly try to reach out. When you do tarot cards, it's partially the subconscious mind, but it's also the higher mind. When you pick out this random card that seems to have nothing to do with nothing, and then when you reach out to it and you get it and it's everything to do with something, it starts making you wonder. It starts making you question the things that are really truly around you, this intelligent source I'm talking about. You have to know that this source is intelligent and is making its point in every single motion, time, place with you. There is no coincidence about anything. You are going to be the controller of your own divinity. So anytime you go into these divine moments of either tarot or astrology, or all these things have been outcasted by the Catholic Church because of what? Because it takes away independent power. It takes away your ability to think, your ability to free think, your ability to create and understand what's around you and interact with what's around you. Because you can only interact with the things of the invisible when there's that variable in question. You can never have a word-to-word conversation. You're only going to have the symbol or the interaction of the possibility, because in this realm we're given two choices. We're given the choice to believe or to not believe, and you can either choose to do either one. It's these invisible energies have no power to actually reach out through you literally. They can only reach out through you in symbol. And the ironic part to that is that you have to have the ability to see it. You have to make that choice in order to determine to see it. So that's what I want to emphasize with these powers or these forces is the Christian mind is going to go right into the fear aspect, and you can't do that. You have to know that this is energy around us for a reason. This world, this life, we as life have energy within us, outside of us, inside of us. It's surrounding us. It's in plants, it's in the ground, it's in the air, it's in the sky. So many different points of sources of energy, and is how you're utilizing that energy on top of mental energy, emotional energy, thought energy. Like, it's all energy. Quantum physics comes way into play, and we're going to go into it later, but for right now, don't be afraid, because you have that willpower to make that decision to be led or to be the leader. Which one is it? And if you choose to be the leader, you have all the power in the world, and they have no power over you. They only have power to engage you. And at the very least, if you learn to listen and to see, you're gonna be enriched with the power of prophecy, because symbols will give you signs, and they'll teach you and they'll show you prior to these lessons actually occurring. And if you realize that there is that energy behind it and that intelligence behind it, your path is going to be a lot stronger, and you're going to realize that what's inside of you, what's outside of you, what's giving you these signs and symbols have nothing but the best interest at heart. Now, if you're a person seeking out the bad energy, that's what you're going to get, is the bad energy. Nothing but manipulation, nothing but lies, nothing but storytelling about how you can gain powers. I mean, it's a vicious cycle, but you're the originator. You are the point of it. Like, you determine that output. So make sure you do wise with it. That's one piece of it. I want to cover more. Thank you guys for watching this Saturday morning. Warm but beautiful. Thank you.